Opt for a low-salt diet and don't compromise on taste. Washington, want a low-salt diet but no compromise with the taste? Researchers at Washington State University have found a new way that can make your food taste salty but with less sodium chloride, which is linked to poor health. The following study was published in the Journal of Food and Science. It's a stealth approach, not like buying the reduced salt options, which people generally don't like. If we can stay or step people down, then we increase health while still making food that people want to eat, said Carolyn Ross. The researchers took into account salt blends that use less sodium chloride but include other salts like calcium chloride and potassium chloride. Calcium and potassium chloride do not have those adverse effects on health. Potassium can help reduce blood pressure, although they aren't that great in taste. Potassium chloride, especially, tastes really bitter and people really don't like it, Ross said. The research had an electronic tongue to check how much of the substitute salts could be added for sodium chloride before people object of the food being non-tasty. Using the e-tongue in panels, they found that a blend using approximately 96.4% sodium chloride with 1.6% potassium chloride and 2% calcium chloride was the ideal reduction. They had a higher reduction when they added only calcium chloride, getting acceptable rates with a combination of 78% sodium chloride and 22% calcium chloride. This combination of the two salts did not significantly differ compared to 100% sodium chloride, but when we added potassium chloride, consumer acceptance decreased, claimed Ross. These researchers found a way to make food salty with less salt. Want to maintain your health without compromising tasty foods? A few scientists may have found a solution. Researchers from Washington State University recently conducted a study, published in the Journal of Food Science, to explore ways to make food taste salty with less sodium chloride, which has been tied to poor health. For their assessment, they examined salt blends that use less sodium chloride, including calcium chloride and potassium chloride. According to lead author Carolyn Ross, these salts are not harmful to our health. In fact, potassium chloride, which has a bitter taste, can help reduce blood pressure. Once the team determined what blends they would evaluate, they solicited the help of a taste panel who tried a variety of salt combinations, which were used in water and tomato soup. After analyzing the results, they found using a blend that contained 96.4% sodium chloride with 1.6% potassium chloride and 2% calcium chloride was the ideal reduction, the authors said in a statement. They noted they were able to reduce the sodium chloride even more when they only used calcium chloride, but it only received acceptable rates. That combination contained 78% sodium chloride and 22% calcium chloride. This combination of the two salts did not significantly differ compared to 100% sodium chloride, Ross said. But when we added potassium chloride, consumer acceptance decreased. Although humans need salt, previous research has shown Americans consume more than necessary. The recommended maximum amount people should consume daily is less than 2,300 milligrams, but the average American adult has between 2,980 and 4,000 milligrams daily, according to the United States Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion. Researchers believe gradual reductions in salt over a period of time can reduce overall salt reduction. Using one of the new blends for a specified time frame, the team said, could lead to greater reductions down the road. Keeping the taste, reducing the salt. Pullman, Washington. Washington State University researchers have found a way to make food taste salty but with less of the sodium chloride tied to poor health. It's a stealth approach, not like buying the reduced salt option, which people generally don't like, said Carolyn Ross, a food science professor at WSU. If we can stay or step people down, then we increase health while still making food that people want to eat. In a paper published in the Journal of Food Science, Ross and colleagues looked at salt blends that use less sodium chloride and include other salts like calcium chloride and potassium chloride. Both of those salts have no adverse health effects on people, Ross said. Potassium can actually help reduce blood pressure. Unfortunately, they aren't very tasty. Potassium chloride, especially, tastes really bitter and people really don't like it, Ross said. The researchers used tasting panels and WSU's electronic tongue to see just how much they could add of the replacement salts for standard sodium chloride before people found the food unacceptable to eat. Some tasting panels tested a variety of salt solutions, or salt in water, while others tested different salt combinations in tomato soup. Using the e-tonguing panels, they found that a blend using approximately 96.4% sodium chloride with 1.6% potassium chloride and 2% calcium chloride was the ideal reduction. They had a higher reduction when they added only calcium chloride, getting acceptable rates with a combination of 78% sodium chloride and 22% calcium chloride. This combination of the two salts did not significantly differ compared to 100% sodium chloride, Ross said. But when we added potassium chloride, consumer acceptance decreased. While humans need salt, Americans consume significantly more than is necessary or even healthy. According to the U.S. Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, the recommended maximum amount of salt consumed per day is less than 2,300 milligrams. The average American adult female consumes 2,980 milligrams per day, while males average over 4,000 milligrams per day. Recent findings have suggested that gradual reductions in salt over a period of years is the best way to reduce salt consumption. Using one of the new blends for a specified time frame could lead to greater reductions down the road.